you to round 9 of the Lucas Oil Pro Motocross Championship, sanctioned by AMA Pro Racing, the Motorsport.com Washougal National. How Ferrandis got it done. The blue crew up front early in this one, battling for that Motorsport.com hole shot. Cooper is going to get it on the 32. There's Ferrandis right with him. Oldenburg, Masterpool, and Nichols. So there's the 32 of Cooper. Somehow Cianciarulo is about 5th going up the hill, was able to make some moves. And then two things happened at once. First, Ferrandis right here gets around Cooper for the lead. And then you see Cianciarulo right behind them. This is the very next section of the racetrack. Watch third place in green.
Yeah, Cianciarulo, watch, comes to the outside, cuts there, and then the front just tucks, doesn't get his leg out. Puts his GoPro behind the GoPro banner. But that would open the door up for these guys. They would get really tight at the end there, but man, Ferrandis, what a ride for him. Did exactly what he needed to do.
Sexton, a good ride for 4th. Nichols 5th. McAdoo ties a season best with 6th. Moseman, Hampshire, Heart Rapid riding very well as of late. The Cycle Trader Rock River Yamaha 9th. Derek Drake, a good ride. 10th, Christian Craig. Just needed to get something going, and he does with 11th. And how about that? Watanabe, the rider out of Japan, a solid point-scoring run in 20th.
And now that he mentioned it, we saw that it briefly caught it there, but a little race recap here. Savachi up front, round the outside goes Roxon to the lead.
And Roxon started pulling away, not in a hurry because Savachi was riding very well at the beginning of the race, just inching away. Then Tomac, an incredible run. He gets around Muscan, he gets around Anderson. A mistake from Webb, although Tomac looked like he was in position to make the pass. Then he gets Savachi for the number 2 spot. And then the question, could he close in on Roxon from about 7 seconds down?
Yes, he could. Multiple times. In fact, here it is, coming in the corner. He sees the opportunity. Just, you can see right there, just catches that clutch lever. And that's what happens when you go in with such intensity in that corner. And then through the woods, he made the pass from his teammate earlier, almost a carbon copy. But this time, their lines come together. Roxon off the track.
Yeah, you really rarely see that between these two contact, despite all the great battles they've had. So you have to figure that was incidental. It's not usually the way either of those riders ride.
It was clean, clean hard racing.
Webb somehow comes up with 3rd. Not even sure how that battle went with him and Anderson. Let's give you the Lucas Oil race
recap.
We'll show
you real quick.
Army of Yamahas up front again. Ferrandis able to quickly wrestle the lead away here at the top of Horsepower Hill from Colt Nichols. Moseman in 3rd, right of the hunt also. You see Cianciarulo in green. He moves up to 3rd quickly and then makes a pass on Moseman.
Yeah, it goes to the inside. Moseman left the door open. Cianciarulo took advantage, takes the line away. AC gets himself in the 2nd, and then these guys would go at it. Cianciarulo throwing everything. He launched that jump, one whoop deeper into the sandpit, but time would just come up short for him.
Yeah, a little mistake here early. That allowed Ferrandis to pull away a little bit, but probably 4 or 5 times in this moto, Cianciarulo reeled him back in, got close, showed him a wheel. Ferrandis did an excellent job of changing lines, but never really making a mistake while doing it. And then it comes down to the final lap.
But yeah, these guys have thrown everything at it. Ferrandis, I thought maybe made a little bobble there, but Cianciarulo did the same thing, coming out, different lines, but it works out the same. Ferrandis, 1-1, exactly what he needed. And nice to see respect from 2 superior riders.
Yeah, they left it all out there and put on quite a show for these fans and really established themselves. It was a good run by Cooper. He'll be 3rd overall today and 4th in the moto, but you're starting to see a trend here of Ferrandis and Cianciarulo potentially making this a 1-2 show for the championship. And we'll show you that to you with the Lucas Oil race recap. Yeah, you won't see Tomac here because he was buried early on. His teammate Joey Savachi, the 17, had the lead. Muscan quickly wrestles it away from him and tries to set sail on the orange number 25. And a gaggle of riders behind him. Zach Osborne, Jason Anderson. But here's Tomac on the run. First, he has to get around 2nd place, Ken Roxon. This is an area where you rarely see passes, but he had it figured out today.
Yeah, he made it work there. We hadn't seen that too much. And then now it goes to the outside and then puts the bike in the way. Marvin tried to close the door, hold that lead, unsuccessful. Tomac to the front.
15th, we had him unofficially on the first lap. 1st at the end. He was also today's fastest qualifier and won the first moto earlier this afternoon in similar fashion. Got to say, that's the best ride for Tomac this year. He did have a 1-1 at round 2 at Fox Raceway at Pella. That was impressive. This may be just a notch above that. That's not what the competition wanted to see going into the break. Ken Roxon's back on the podium for the first time since High Point back in June. So a nice rebound by him. He also was second in our second moto a week ago. So he's gone 2-2-3 of the last 3 motos. Starting to rebuild his program. Muscan salvages third. Anderson, we're hearing, is going to take on a penalty, potentially. It's unofficial, but he did pass Savacci off the racetrack, so we believe he might be penalized. So all these results see him at 5th overall are unofficial. Cooper Webb ends up 4th. We'll show you the Anderson move here. Now, it actually started with Savacci pushing him wide, and Anderson responded by trying to pass him anyway.
Well, you can be the judge yourself right there. What do you see? The way I look at it is, yeah, I think Anderson was side by side, figured he would complete the pass back on the track, but it looks a little different, you know, from the officiating side. So we'll see what happens.